What's going on YouTube? Dark Horse J Keel here. Today I wanted to share you guys a story. If you paid attention to the title at all, you'll see that basically I'm a douchebag. And I want to share a couple stories with you guys as to why I am saying that I'm a douchebag. These stories are not like my highlights of my life or whatever, but these things really did happen. So the first one, so I haven't had like a actual girlfriend in quite a while, and that's kind of a personal choice. I've been on a few dates and out with a few girls since my last relationship, but I don't want anything serious right now because I have so much going on in my life. I don't think that I could be a really good, like boyfriend or whatever to another girl the way that, she would probably deserve or whatever. So I just choose to remain single at the moment. But the last girl I was with was right around the time that I opened my first business, and I kind of feel bad about how the friendship kind of ended there. Basically, we met at a tattoo shop. I thought she was pretty attractive, she seemed pretty cool and stuff, and the guys there kept talking me up and everything. So actually, the very first night we met, we went on a date. We went to a local, not really like a bar, it's like a barbecue place, but they also serve drinks and stuff. So we went there and had a couple drinks, and we just kind of rode around and talked and stuff, which was kind of new to me. I've never, like met a girl the first day and then immediately, go out and meet them and kind of hang out with them that first night. Like, I've never really done that before. But it was a lot of fun. She actually turned out to be a lot of fun, and we actually hung out quite a bit and did a lot of stuff together. Went to like different museums and galleries, and we had similar interest in a few areas like music and stuff. So it was kind of cool that we related and everything. But I tried to tell her early on that I wasn't looking for a serious relationship. Just hanging out and everything would be completely fine with me. I would go out and see a movie, maybe go to the bar, get a bite to eat, whatever, because I had just started a business, and that was my main concentration, and I really didn't have, the money or the time to really put anywhere else other than that. But she kept kind of pushing the idea of boyfriend-girlfriend relationship and stuff, and I really did not want that, and so I started acting really awkward and being dumb and all this stuff, thinking maybe she won't like me, because I actually did tell her straight up I wasn't wanting a relationship, but that didn't work, so that's why I started doing the playing dumb stuff and everything. Okay, so the awkward stuff, it really did not work for me. It actually made her like me more. She liked that awkwardness about me, and that's kind of what I do to a lot of girls. Like, if they don't pick up on the hints or actually listen to me directly, but I still want to hang out with them and be friends with them, I just start acting really freaking weird. But apparently that doesn't work, because girls seem to like my weirdness more than my normalness, so that's cool, I guess. But anyhow, this kept going on and on and on. So finally this one day, she invited me over to her house. I was like, all right, this will be cool. This will be the time that I break it to her. But little did I know that she was going to cook me this awesome dinner, let me enjoy one of her favorite bottles of wine with her, and it was her last one, also drink some champagne for the first time ever. So here I am going to basically break it off with this girl altogether and basically just say, we can still be friends and hang out occasionally, but that's about it. We're getting a little bit too much time together. This is pushing too far or too close to a relationship, and I'm not looking for that. So I was basically going to break it off with this girl altogether, and she had this awesome dinner and movie and all this stuff planned for me. So I get there, and we're kind of hanging out, and she makes this awesome dinner and feeds some of the food to me, and it's freaking amazing. It's so delicious. And then we drink the bottle of wine. The wine is gone in no time, so we're getting a little bit tipsy, I guess. And then it's time to open the champagne. I've never opened champagne, but I've seen horror stories of things that happen when you do it, so I forget how we ended up opening the bottle. Like, it eventually happened. And we tried it. I'm not the biggest champagne fan in the world. I'll drink a glass or so. But then it was at the point where I'm like, I had somewhere else to be this day. I didn't plan on spending the entire day with the girl. I planned on basically going, hanging out with her a bit, talking to her, kind of breaking it off and going from there, but that kind of didn't happen that way. So it led from going from eating and everything to watching a movie. Well, it just so happened she wasn't fully unpacked and, living here. She'd only been here for about a month or so, so she's still kind of getting settled in and everything. So the only television she had was in her bedroom. Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, wow, Chad, you're going to be a total douchebag here in a second. So we ended up going to her bedroom, and obviously the only place to sit to watch the movie was in the bed. So we're laying in this bed, and it's very awkward too. Let me add to this, it got even more awkward because I don't like being under the bed covers or taking my shoes and socks off when I go places. Like, I just feel naked when I take my shoes and socks off, which I think was the point of this venture, was for me to get naked in this bed, but that didn't happen. So I did take my shoes and socks off because I wasn't going to put my dirty shoes and stuff in her bed. but I refused to get under the covers, and I acted very awkward about it. So it was kind of like one of those things, like when you have a slumber party with your guy friend, you know, one of you sleeps on top of the covers and one sleeps under the covers, or, you know, you sleep feet to head or something. It was kind of weird like that. And she kept talking to me about how I was being all awkward and stuff, and I was thinking to myself, like, yes, I'm awkward, I love this. And then she told me how cute it was, and that she thought it was attractive and stuff, and I was just like, God damn it. But that's basically what happened, and so it kept going on and on and on, and finally I just kind of had to tell her, but I didn't quite tell her because I felt so bad because she did all this stuff for me, and then I was, in my mind, you know, as a guy, I was thinking, I could totally get lucky right now and then take care of business later, but I did that once before, and I don't want to be that douchebag again. So basically, I just kept telling her that I had somewhere to go, which I really did, and then she kept convincing me not to, and then it was just this big spiel. Finally, it ends with me finally getting to leave, and then feeling kind of bad after I leave. And, you know, basically our friendship, relationship, whatever you want to call it after that, was never quite the same. And then the girl, a few weeks or months later, ended up moving back to Ohio. And now all I have is these cherished memories of how I was just a total douchebag to this girl. I guess just an awkward douchebag. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too long or too grueling or whatever for you guys. But if you guys got any crazy stories like that, please share those in the comment section below. If you did like this video, be sure to leave a like. And as always, YouTube, be sure to subscribe if you enjoy this channel. Share it with anybody that you also think might like this channel. And YouTube, as always, let's rage.